Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I apologize for any delays folks are running into. Um, the delay in the stream starting. I'm sorry if things are choppy, if you're seeing drop frames. Up until Thursday, hadn't run into that in months. I mean, we're been months and months of this setup, and had not run into this until this week. I don't know if it's the weather. I'm going to look at my Ethernet cable, see if that's being weird. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. So I do apologize for folks that are running in that I'm running into some issues. Mr. Bob's here in the chat. Threw up the Bear Cave emote. If you're watching live, you can throw it in there. We'll give a couple minutes for folks to jump in. See if anybody wants to pop in here before we get going on our build. Today we are wrapping up the Lego Resistance Rebel Resistance transfer pod right here. Is the Resistance, not the Rebel. We got this transport pod we're going to finish up, and then we're going to start working on the God Gundam. That's right, the God Gundam. Um, that is the also called the Burning Gundam in the U.S. dub of G Gundam. The G in G Gundam is for the God Gundam, which shows up later in the series. And I believe it's the Dark Gundam. I can't remember what they call the Devil Gundam in the later series. But yeah, I apologize if things are choppy when I'm doing some build stuff today. Um, but I refreshed my router and that did not seem to take care of the problem. So I apologize. That's weird. But yeah, we'll give it another minute, see if anybody wants to join us. It may be a light day today. Who knows? Saturday night could just be chill, relax. Maybe people will be coming on at the 10 p.m. hour. Maybe it'll be a really small crew tonight. I don't know. But we'll give them another minute to pop in, and then we can start building. The Dark Gundam. Thank you, Lastbrook. Also, hi, Lastbrook. It was called the Dark Gundam. That was the what they called the Devil Gundam in the English dub. Um, yeah, we'll get into that as long as we'll also talk. Yes, Mr. Bob, there is a wrestling thing. New Japan is having a wrestling event right now, so some people might be watching that instead of watching this. That's totally possible. Um, could be. Could totally be. Since it's happening in the San Francisco area. Uh, you wanted to double dip streams, but fuck Comcast. I understand. I totally understand where you're coming from on that. Um, I Time Warner Spectrum, I should say, has been pretty good to me lately, but I don't know if they're the reason why my internet is being weird as far as streaming goes. I don't know. Um, Anyway, let's get into it. Maybe more people will show up later. I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing going here. Can't make more people come to watch us live. I know after the fact, folks that are watching this on YouTube after the fact, they don't care about that. They don't care if we have 100 people watching or 4 people watching. We've got 5 people watching, but they don't care about that. They just want to watch views. So if we have drop frame rate during this, if I start dropping even more frames, I apologize. But hopefully it'll be cool. So let's go to the main feed. So we've got most of our pod done here. We're going to some extraneous pieces here for the sides, the weapon system we have to build. One thing I did do, I skipped ahead, and I applied a bunch of decals. We only have one decal left. I saved it for the stream, but I did all the decals on this piece here, on our cockpit, because there were a lot of them, and I wanted to get them done. And hey, turns out I'm better at applying decals when I'm not on stream. Weird. So weird, right? That I'm way better at that when I'm not also dealing with reading chat and trying to be engaging in conversation with y'all. So we did that. That can go. Let's see. I think we can actually put that on. Yeah. So we'll jump back. We got one thing to apply. I did do one other decal on this piece here. This is nice and easy. Just some sticker application. They want you to do this first. But yeah, let me know how you're all doing tonight on this lovely Saturday evening. I took this day very lightly. I did very little. Got some writing done, but otherwise took things very relaxed and chill. Um, Caught up on a nice afternoon nap that ruled, and now I'm streaming with y'all. Fireworks are going off. I should say that fireworks were not going off 20 minutes ago, but of course it wasn't that dark out 20 minutes ago. It got darker because of the. We're still here. We're at 9 o'clock. It might still be kind of bright out. So, that happens. Lashbrook, speaking of G Gundam, the announcement is coming out on Blu-ray this fall. Yes, it's of the modern Gundam series going back obviously till the mid 90s, that much modern. It never had a Blu-ray release, which means that finally the US will actually get the episode they never got, because there is a fan service episode that was not part of the run on Cartoon Network Toonami. There was an episode they skipped. It's a fan service episode. It's not good. It didn't need to exist in the series, but they skipped it. So they're actually going to get that now. I mean, if you watch Crunchyroll, you watch the subtitle on Crunchyroll, you do get it. It's just that that was a thing that was not included, which I think is pretty cool. That is now going to be, just for completionists that did not watch the fan sub like I did. I had a DVD. It was a 3 DVD set of all the episodes of G Gundam. That was a fan sub that I got. Because of course I did. But yeah, I hope the fireworks that are going off, you're not hearing them through my mic. But yeah, we did all the decals already, so put that on there. I watched a few select random episodes of G Gundam pretty recently, just to kind of get back in the vibe, because I knew that I would be building the Burning Gundam, aka the God Gundam, at some point in the near future. Okay, so we need 2 of these. 2 of these. This is pretty easy steps. This whole kit was very simple. Obviously, a lot of decals, but that was the most unique part of this kit, was the amount of decals in it. It's a pretty standard Lego kit in general, but I'm excited to work on it. And I'm happy you're here with me. I'm happy we're here with some of our regulars. Robbie, one of the people that won the model kits for my last Stream of the Month giveaway, got back to me. So I will be mailing out his kit soon, which is awesome. No word from our other winner. Hopefully they will contact me soon so I can send them out their kit. Got that Wing Gundam that I like to send out, the Master Grade. I have a schedule that this week. Oh, Will Smith is hosting. Thank you, Will, for the host. Really appreciate it. Hopefully a few more people will jump in. There have been a few G Gundam mobile suits in the new build series. There was a return of the Tequila Gundam. Okay, I could see that. Those Gundams are obviously very evocative. I could see people getting into that and wanting to check out those Gundams. I can see that doing well because visually they are interesting. Obviously, they are personality driven, and G Gundam is a fighting series more than anything else. That's cool. But yeah, that's our last decal. Decals are done. Put that over there. And then I use my sponger to apply decals here because it's pretty easy to pull them off if I fuck it up. I most likely will not be doing the sticker application on this on our Gundam. What I will have is lots of screws, as many of you are aware. All of the Master Grade Gundams, because we've done the Shining Gundam and the Master Gundam for from G Gundam. We have not done the Spiegel. Uh, that's the only one we haven't done. They all have. They all involve screws. This was 2001, I believe, when these Master Grades came out. And while there was a reissue later, these original kits were actually really surprising for the time because they featured something that had not been seen before, which was the screws allowed them to have a frame that could move a lot better. Now, obviously, technology advanced way farther than at the time, and less and less screws in a master grade. You really only see screws in the perfect grade. It is a little confusing, but they are 1-to-1 on the paper, so I will do my best. There are a bunch of screws, unfortunately. Like I said, I will do my best to make that not a stupid part of the show, of the streaming process once we start the G Gundam, once we finish this up. There is one major issue with the screws, and is that a thing that I never knew until I started doing more research. Their brilliant idea was that they would make it so that as you screwed the screw in, it was digging into the plastic to hold position better, so that over time the screw would get loose and you could tighten it, which makes sense as to why it's sometimes very hard to put a screw on a master grade of the G Gundam series to put a screw in. They literally didn't want it to be easy. They wanted you have to apply a lot of pressure, which of course led to people messing up and stripping the screws. So it's kind of very annoying. Hopefully it will. It won't be that annoying once we actually do it on the stream here. Folks that are just joining us, maybe you're coming from Will's. I almost said Will Hines. It's a different Will. Will Smith's stream. Maybe you're joining us. We are finishing up a Lego kit. Then we're going to be building a model kit. That's what the Build with Bear workshop is. Mr. Bob, it is bad. The whole screw application, like when I was doing the perfect grade Wing Gundam, I was like, why is this so much easier than when I was doing the other kits? Why was that so much harder than than when we did the Master Gundam and the Shining Gundam? And then in my research, I found out it's not great. Yeah. So it is a good old kit, and I think it looks pretty neat. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward kit, right? As far as model kits go. And the price point was good at the time. It's actually, like, I think the sheet, looking over the sheets, there's just a G sheet. And then there are only two plastic hands, which are the see-through orange for the Godfinger. The other hands are rubber, and it's weird. Oh, hey, Twisted, welcome. It's been a little bit. Glad to have you here. You have two kits coming in the mail. Awesome. I have a kit coming in the mail as well. I have a kit. I'm not going to say what it is. It's will be on deck as far as building goes. One of the options of things we could build sooner rather than later, if people want to build it. It's from a popular Gundam series. I'll just say that. But I have one piece coming in the mail that I bought with my money. And I'll mention it later in the stream, obviously, in about 40 minutes or so. Okay, so we've got our on the back here, we can turn this here, and it turns the position of our weapon here. We can put a peg in here. And then we can press the button and shoot that peg. We can also put missiles on the bottom of here. You can see the pegs that are for missiles over here. And that'll shoot out based on touching this bottom piece here. Back and forth. Pretty easy. I have the perfect grade, GPO1 perfect grade, and the perfect grade unicorn. Wow, that's awesome. I got the new Gundam Wing Leo today. I have the first kit I bought for real for the box art. Wow, 2 perfect grades. That's a huge project, Twist. Congrats on that. You've got some building to look forward to. Um, okay, so put this on here. I was so thrilled to do our one perfect grade. I did update my Amazon wish list. I mentioned that on stream, or I think I mentioned that I have upgraded that for a few other things. People might be into some new things. Basically, the Lego Ninja thing, the movie has a bunch of incredible kits that I was looking at. That I'm like, I want to build this dragon. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to build too. Um, it just looks so cool that I was like, oh, I want to build these. So I put them on my wish list. Also, people have said, hey, other than the Ecto 1, you only build Star Wars Lego sets, which is true. Because that seems to be the things that people want, and then also the things that I'm interested in as well. Those are the only kits that I've built for Lego other than the Ecto 1, which was the first Lego set we built on stream. So I put up some other things. Wow, lots of perfect grades coming in. Um, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's very cool. But yeah, so I'll put the wish list up later of things that for folks that they're interested in putting some summer cash into me doing some building. But that's it. This is our kit here. I'm putting this aside because I need these, so I'm collecting all of them from different kits. But we'll put this stuff aside. This is our pod. It was pretty simple, straightforward build. We did it all between Thursday and today. It's pretty cool. Take a look at that. There. It's pretty neat. One thing I did want to say about this kit before we put it away and start working on our Gundam is that I enjoyed. There's no hinge on this. It's just snaps into place and is held by friction and all that. But usually, often you're going to find a hinge. They didn't work a hinge in this, which I thought was kind of cool. And I think the decal work was fun. My decals don't quite match up, but whatever. As you know, I am not good at that. So I'm perfectly fine with how it turned out. So I'm going to put this aside over here, out of my way. Great. And now it's time to move things down. So we've got the King of Hearts. Look, we got screws. We have bags with screws in them. Isn't that fun? I got my screwdriver, which actually might be too small, honestly. I might have to go and get a bigger screwdriver. And then, of course, we've got our sandpaper stick and our kit that you would normally, all this stuff would be, this kit would be purchased if you were replacing iPhone screens and stuff. But we use it for our live stream building and model kit work because spongers are really good. The pliers are very good. It has just a lot of good tools or separators. It just has a lot of good stuff for what we do. So I like to have that. And of course our handy dandy snipper clips with the spring here. This piece is bent so it has a lot of resistance because I don't need a lot of built-in pressure. I like the snips to be because of me. We've got our plastic pieces here. We've got a nice little, this is probably the only thing we apply will be this, which will be to the chest piece. Put that right there. We'll apply that. That's probably the only thing we're going to apply, other than obviously screws, which we'll need. And looking ahead into our build, we will use both bags immediately. So I'm going to open up one of these bags here. Pull that like that. And then we'll open the other bag as well. And then hopefully I will remind myself to tape these closed at the end so that the screws don't spill out anywhere. As you may remember, my perfect grade kit obviously had so many screws and had so many different bags, which is actually a little easier than this, which is obviously the two-bag system. The G Gundam, as I said, is just 6 sheets. There's 2 F sheets, I should say. It's not a huge kit. It's not a really, incredibly detailed kit, But I do enjoy it. I think it's a cool kit, and it's nice that I've built the Shining Gundam, and now I'm going to build the God Gundam or the Burning Gundam, depending on which, if you're reading subtitles or fan subbed or dubbed. All right, so obviously it's not in English. This kit was 2001, so they don't include English at all anywhere, which is fine. But it does mean that I have to be very careful about what screws I'm picking. And I'm going to need one here. Okay, great. We're starting on a shoulder. Oh, wait. I just realized. I did not switch over. Booyah. There we go. That's our final product with some lines drawn on it that we won't do. I'm also going to go and tweet out that we've started working on the G Gundam so that people can follow along. I should say, so we talked about the things that I learned in my research. One of the things I learned in my research that I didn't know ahead of time was there should be an extra screw of each type in here. They gave you one extra for this kit. And that's very good to know as I'm starting to build to go, why do I have this extra? Why do I have this extra? It's that's on purpose. So that is super great to know. I'm going to reply to my own tweet. Started the God Gundam. So if you have Crunchyroll, G Gundam is on. It is available subtitled. It's a weird show. Every time we stream, we talk about it and how weird it is. I think it's very good, but I do think that it's sometimes a troubling show. So I don't know if I recommend it for everyone. I think like it does obviously have lots of stereotypes involved in it, and kind of lives by its stereotypes, which is not the best, certainly. Wish that it wasn't filled with that. But yeah, there are enjoyable parts. I think the story is pretty cool. I love the idea that like it's the mid 90s. Gundam has been this entity for so long, and every story is a follow-up or a side story or in this kind of continuity, and they're like, let's make something else. Let's make a Gundam show that is unlike Gundam. And this is the first one they came up with. The second one they came up with was Gundam Wing, where they were like, let's have pretty boys. And make it like a huge drama. But this was the first idea they had, which is a fighting tournament where every major country in the world left Earth, found a colony, and then battle for supremacy on Earth in giant robots. And of course, not all of Earth has been abandoned. There's still plenty of people that live on Earth. They have to deal with all the bullshit of these fights. And every Gundam is like really customized and like fits in with like its unique, ideas of that country. It's really interesting. And then also, a scientist is attempting to perfect like humanity by building an incredible Gundam that is like can regenerate itself and like learn and evolve, and eventually wants to put that cool technology into human beings. That's also happening while this is happening on that show. I don't know. Shining Finger is a big cool blast that's very like video game stuff. And then this kit does not have a Shining Finger, right? The Burning Gundam does not, or the God Gundam does not have Shining Finger. It has God Finger, which is basically its hands heat up so much that it can reach inside its robot that it's fighting against, the Gundam it's fighting against, and destroy that Gundam from within. That's nonsense. Um, as I said, there's only one other Gundam in the G Gundam series in the Master Grade line that we have not built. This is the third of four that came out. Really got to dig in. You really have to dig in with these screws. You really have to ruin the screw, basically. But the idea is that you've got a lot of posability with this frame, and then you can adjust the screws as they loosen up over time, which is a cool idea. It's just that it's really annoying. It's super annoying. Anyway, yeah. So I have a big soft spot in my heart for G Gundam. It's by no means perfect. It's oftentimes awful, but it's pretty great. And there is like relationship stuff. There was a weird no grade. Yeah, so there's a few things about these kits. There's a couple that are they're in no grade. And then uh, there's a bunch of full grades. Like obviously we did a full grade master with a master Gundam with his horse. And there's the Noel Gundam, which is the Swedish Gundam, I believe, is also available in high grade. And maybe the Rising Gundam. Did they ever make a Rising Gundam? I can't remember if they made a Rising Gundam. But okay, so that's one piece done. Now we'll go over and we'll get some more G's going here. G is going to be all our internal body parts here. I want a good American master grade. Yes, the American Gundam. He's a boxer, so it is all about punching. The American guy, whose name I want to say is Crockett. I want to say his name is Crockett. It's been a while, but he has the American Gundam. Also looks like a football player, and that is stupid and great. So, like I said, it's a lot of what Japan thinks of other countries in the mid '90s. It's that kind of stereotypes slash racism, and their affinity for Hong Kong, and their fear of Hong Kong, and it's like it's a lot. It's a lot. Chabode Crockett. Oh, Chabode Crockett. Oh man. Yeah, there's also a surfer. Yes, he has revolvers. You're not wrong. He does have revolvers. Man, that's so much shit. They just put like every American stereotype they could think of into one dude's Gundam. That's the show. Like, yeah, there's like a windmill Gundam from the Netherlands. Like, what the fuck? Um, because also like, okay, so the one Gundam that we haven't built from G Gundam, because obviously working on this one, the one we haven't worked on is the Spiegel, um, which is because there's a story behind it, so it does make some sense, but it also makes no sense at all. Basically, Germany's Gundam is a ninja. It's got like an assassin's blade, and the guy who pilots it is like in a mask and is dressed kind of like a ninja. And you're like, what is this? What is this stereotype that we're dealing with here? But there's a lot about it. Uh, it had been in a windmill form the entire time. Yes. It's just wonderfully stupid in a way that I really enjoy. Man, I'm getting some bad frame. I'm really apologize, folks, for this. I don't know what's going on um, with my internet, but it is not being cooperative. So I apologize for everyone watching live. Okay. What's going on here? I'm also trying to figure out what I did wrong with this. Okay. So, this has got to go down this. As always with these kits, once I do it the first time, the second time is a lot easier. I'm starting to remember the other two kits I built in the set, which are obviously very similar. But, sometimes it takes me a second or two to remember how these kits work. All right. We did that. We did that. Now I have to put a screw in, which is M24 times 4, which is 2 times 4 is this one. Did I have 5 of the other one? 4 of those. Okay, great. So it's... Wait. 4. What do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's this one. Yeah. Sorry. It's going to take me a second here with some of these screws to make sure I'm doing it right. I don't want to put the wrong screw in. Even though I do have extras, I still don't want to have to put them out. So I'm going to attempt to be very careful with what screws I'm putting in here. That's going to be a lot of our stream tonight and next Thursday as we build this kit will be me just being mad about screws, which is fun. Okay, so that's the right one. That looks right. That looks good. It is helpful that the pictures are one-to-one, so it's easy enough to look at them closely and figure it out. Also, the dude's name translation is Dark Brother, the worst secret ender. Yes, it's a bad translation. The guy that pilots the German Gundam is just clearly hiding out in the open, and it's very silly and weird. It does have a really dark story, which I like for even what is also a very light series. Wait, so this is not the right one then? Oh no, it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. It is the right one. Okay. Have to put the nut in here. Put the screw in like this. All right. Oh. And of course an up pellet. So this is fun. This is fun for everybody, right? I'm going to get into anime talk here. Obviously, the anime talk is going to keep going for the next couple weeks as new anime comes out. More and more will come out, and we'll have to talk about more and more shows. 2 that I've watched since Thursday, and then I'll go back to the ones we talked about on Thursday for anybody that wasn't there live. The 2 shows that I watched, I'm looking them up because it's good to know what I'm looking up. 2 shows that I watched were Seven Senses of Reunion, that's R-E apostrophe capital U Union, and Chio's School Road. I will start with Chio's School Road because I have less to say about that than Seven Senses. Chio's School Road seems funny and cute. It's a girl that is just trying to get to school, that doesn't want to stand out from the crowd, but will probably do that because she's also like a games otaku. She stays up playing games. So this first episode of the series, she's like, last night she spent too much time. She stayed up late playing a game that is clearly, she's clearly playing an Assassin's Creed style game. They don't call it that. They call it an assassination game. So she's playing an assassination game, and clearly that influences her actual day-to-day life of her trying to get to school. And it's very funny. There's a bunch of dream sequence stuff, but then also reality is also funny in it. And I'm going to stick with it. I think it's cool. Right now, I will be watching, I think it came out, it's a Friday show or Saturday show. But yeah, I'm going to keep watching it. That will definitely be a show that I watch, while I'm waiting for Saturday stream stuff to get ready. But yeah, it looked good. I'm into it. And then another show that comes out on Thursdays, so it'll always be fresh in my mind. Oh yeah, Mr. Bob. It does. It seems on. Oh, Twisted said you're building a kit right now that has screws in the knee joints. Yeah. Uh, I wish I could get through all of these screws stuff right now, but we got more to do. I know we have more to do. Um, but yeah, it's a cute. It looks cute. I'm excited to see where it goes. She's like kind of making friends, and I don't know if they're gonna like understand what's going on with her, and like if someone is actually out to get her, or if it's all in her head. But watching her try to like scale buildings so she can get to school on time is awesome. And it was just there was just a simple, easy motivation for her. Like, why does she care if she's late to school? Well, because she if you're late to school, they make an example of you by having you stand outside and or in the hallway, and everyone can see you that you were tardy, and that's where the bad kids go, the delinquents, and she doesn't want to stand out and have people think that she's a delinquent. So that's her justification for like, even though she overslept, stayed out or stayed up too late and overslept, she's going to be on time for school because she doesn't want to stand out with the bad kids. Lashbrook says, I started a new show, Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm trying to watch it and the original Dragon Ball before I switch over to Crunchyroll. Well, so I think that means that you're watching the Funimation. The Yu Yu Hakusho dub is very good. I will say the Quabra could be awful, but isn't. Um, I genuinely enjoy that dub. I think it's quality. Um, maybe I think I like Botan's voice actress better. Japanese voice actress better. I think I like um, probably uh, Yosuke's voice actor. I probably like better in the Japanese, but it's not bad at all. There's nothing bad about it. I don't have anything negative to say necessarily about the dub. Um, Yu Yu is a big commitment. Uh, it's like a lot of episodes, but the Dark Tournament fucking rules. It is such a good series and goes so many interesting, cool places that I'm happy for you that you get to watch it and experience it. Uh, yeah, and Keiko's like, she's great. She's not strong, but she still doesn't put up with bullshit. I think she rules. I think what's her name? Quabra's sister is cool because she doesn't take shit. I like that. There are a lot of strong ladies in that show. Not strong physically. There aren't that many strong physically ladies in that show, unfortunately. But there are a lot of strong-willed ladies in that show, and I think that's cool. If they can't be like awesome fighters in your macho man show, at least make them like strong, cool individuals. All right, so we'll put some pieces here, building some stuff. We're just putting stuff together for our arm unit here. Just putting arm stuff together. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing remarkable. 42. 43. Okay. Okay, so the other show that I watched is on Amazon. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it. I have not watched anything else. That's the only one that I've watched of it that's on Amazon Prime right now. I don't know what else they have coming out. But it's called Seven Senses of the Reunion. Basically, Union was an MMO. It was one of the first virtual reality MMOs. You put your headset on, you play the game, right? It ended because something bad happened. And now, one of the people who was the best at the game when he was a grade school kid, now he's older, 6 years later, he goes into Reunion. He's going in to just help someone out. Now, the first episode tells you about the bad fucking thing that happened, but a bad, weird thing happened, and this group, like the best guild or group in the whole game, broke away. And now they're probably all going to come back because things got real weird. It looks super cool. I'm super interested in it. There's like a mystery. I'm a sucker for like the virtual reality game thing. This one isn't. They're not trapped, as far as I know. It's just the mystery of it. So I'm super interested in seeing where this goes because I don't know. But I think if you look up reunion, RE apostrophe union with the capital U, you'll find out information about it. But so for those of you that don't have any of those things or are watching like a week behind me on when I'm talking about premium stuff from Crunchyroll, maybe check that out. Mr. Bob, I've never used it, but I believe the app does allow for offline viewing. I've never used it that way um, because when I've been traveling lately, I've had my laptop. So I think so, but please don't quote me. I apologize for not knowing, but I think at least the iPad app does that. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't, but I don't know, and I'm sorry. I should know the answer to that, Mr. Bob, and I don't know it. Um, so sorry. I don't have. Oh, we're getting into our blue. Look at that. That's such a bright blue. Look at that. Dang. It doesn't necessarily pop on stream, but in person, underneath these bright lights, this fucking kicks ass. You're gonna give it a try? Yeah, you should. Um, oh, I haven't said this in a couple weeks. I'll say it now, just so I put it out there. When I talk about anything that's on Crunchyroll, grain of salt. I don't pay for my account currently. Um, right now, I was gifted a year's access to Verve, which is the service that Crunchyroll put out, which also has Funimation and Tested and like a bunch of other things on it. A bunch of other YouTube content or internet content is like on there as well. It's where a lot of stuff from CISO ended up. Uh, it is as far as I can tell a very solid service. But I ended up there with an account for a year, access to it. So I don't pay for my Crunchyroll, but I do. But so you can take that my anime stuff with a grain of salt if you like. But I do try to be honest and earnest about the things I'm watching because I want you to enjoy them. You got a 10-hour flight coming up. Gonna watch time? Yes. So yeah, you should check it out. I think it does. I just never done it myself, so I can't be sure. Um, okay, so the two series that I watched and talked about on Thursday for folks that weren't here on Thursday, because a couple of you weren't here, and some of you were. I talked about Island and how not to summon a demon lord. Island, mystery, kind of goofy, teens, into it. I want to know what's going on with this mystery. I want to know, I want to know what's happening. I want to know, like, who's into what and why. I want to know the whys. I'm engaged and interested in it. So hopefully I will be able to find out more about it. So yeah, I'm engaged, interested. I'm going to keep watching. That's Island. Guy washes up on shore with no memory, except he believes he's a time traveler, and he has to find someone and save them from being murdered and or murder someone. So, intriguing for me anyway. Want to know more about it. Want to know what's going on. So yeah. So that's a show that I want to know more about. And then, okay, G7. So that looked cool. And then the other show is How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. I'll talk about it in a second because Mr. Bob says, I did it with Netflix a few months ago. I don't fit in plain seats and full-size tablets or laptops unless I want to be a huge jerk with my elbows. Yeah, Mr. Bob, I am similar. My laptop for traveling mostly has videos for like airports and doesn't. Oh, I don't always include video stuff to watch on a train on a plane. On a train, I usually don't have a seatmate unless it's a really busy train, in which case, perfect time to stretch out. On a plane, I'm often watching the screen in front of me, and not trying to break out my laptop because can just I don't want to be that traveler. I want to overcompensate. Although I did spend a bunch of money on my flight to San Diego. I upgraded. I've got a really good big seat for that trip, so I'm excited about that. Uh, Plenty of leg room on that trip. Because also, when I've said this before, I think, but when I'm lucky enough, obviously, the rare occasion where someone is picking up the bill for my flight, then I don't mind spending a little extra amount of money, sometimes which is a dumb amount, to upgrade my seats if I didn't pay for the original. I'm not too worried about spending a little bit. All right, so we got most of our arm included here. Gonna do F19 and then G6. And then when we do the other arm, this will go nice and fast. But right now, obviously, taking our time. So yeah, so the other show that I watched is How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, and I mentioned it then, and I'll say it again. I just really like this genre, and it's pretty childish, but I do like the overpowered main character in a fantasy world. In this particular instance, it is a loner otaku who get his character from the game world has been summoned into a fantasy world as if it's real. He is now embodying the demon lord character that he created for a game, an online game, and now he's dealing with that. And it's a lot of like his reactions where Overlord, the character, kind of just like runs with it, and it's pretty rare that he stops to think about what he's doing and has any sort of like, oh, what's going on with me? This character, at least in the first episode, is a lot of Kim reacting to what's going on. It's a lot of him being like, wait, what? And then, oh, and then, okay, and then, oh no, and then like, look at these boobs. And it's childish. I'm better than it, but I just like the genre. One of the things I think I always said that one of the shows in the genre I like the most is Dog Days, because up until later seasons, it really doesn't, because the characters are very young, doesn't deal with like, it's like two characters smooch, but like it doesn't really go into the ecchi stuff too much because they're young characters. And I always appreciated that. And then eventually there's a thing that like makes some of the characters age and power up, and then there's a lot of like, oh, this is inappropriate now because you look old, and so it's like, I'll let it go because for the most part that show was not creepy. I don't know. There's another show coming out soon that does the same kind of like shtick. So we'll see if that holds any interest for me. All right, so we can snap out. These are all rubber. I said they're rubber hands. Weird, right? Look at this. We got rubber feet bottoms here. We got rubber hands for holding our beams weapons. We've got the martial art hands here. It's very strange. Like this is like the primary hands we can put on. And then there's a claw that comes out as well for up close fighting. But yeah, that's like a strange thing, these rubber hands. I'm going to pop them all out now. They just got to pop off too, which is easy. But yeah. Those are the shows. That's the anime I'm watching right now. There's going to be more anime coming out. I'll have more to say about the other shows as they arrive. I think at least one show is coming out tomorrow that I was interested in. But yeah, those are the 4 that I've checked out so far. Some people are Rubber seems really big. I don't know how they're going to hold the beam weapons that well, but it looks like it's a tight enough connection. Might be good. We're definitely going to use the cooler hands though, which I'm going to pull out now. I'm just snapping this out, and then I'm going to put all these in here. But yeah, we're going to pop out the cool hand here. The only plastic hands in the kit. There. So yeah, so there's four shows that I'm looking at now, and hopefully um, one of them will be good and something that people want to watch. Huh. You know what I might have to do, folks, is sometime before next Thursday, I might have to see if this is a problem with my the local Twitch that I like server that I upload to. It might be that I need to pick a different one. So I will do a test at some point and see. Probably like an afternoon, like, hey, I'm just popping on to see if this works. Let me know, kind of test. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look because I'm just dropping frames. Like I've dropped way more frames than I ever have before. The only time that was ever worse was the failed stream from my parents' house stream, which many people may remember. All right, so yeah, we're gonna put this hand on because this hand rules. That looks very cool. So we'll put that hand on. That's it. And then we will move on to doing what's next. Oh, we're going to do the other arm. So we're going to do exactly what we just did there, but on the other arm. Y'all just triggered my Alexa and made me jump. Sorry about that, Mr. Bob. Did not mean to do that. I apologize. I don't know what I said that made that happen, but I do apologize for that. Okay, so it's now about 10 o'clock. It's time to talk about things that are going on here, ways you can support the stream. First and foremost, if you're just watching, if you're not a subscriber, make sure that you're following and you have your notifications set so you get a message when I go live. If you would, you do a ping test of under packets to see if they are dropping or have latency spikes. Yeah, I can do that. I'm just looking at my drop frames and it go from green to red and back to green on OBS here, which is really annoying. Anyway, so subscribe if you haven't. You can use your Twitch coin. I would definitely say if you have Amazon Prime, you should get Twitch Prime, not just for me, but you should also get it for you because Amazon Prime Day is coming up, and Prime Day is incredible deals for a lot of stuff. And for Twitch Prime, you're just getting a bunch of free games. So, you have to use their, whatever, Windows only. It's not perfect, but there's some cool stuff. So I do recommend that. I would say you should just do that because it's just going to be a good deal. That being said, the other thing I should say is another way to support me is through Patreon. Obviously, just watching is great. Telling a friend is great. But if you've got $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, you join my Patreon. It's pretty cool. This is the link to the Patreon. I do a Q&A just for my Patreon subscribers or backers. Which is my small little gift to folks of saying my small thank you of just like here's the thing I can do to say thank you to folks, and hopefully that's a little added bonus that folks seem to like. If you have $5 a month, you get the videos early, so I'll upload this directly after I'm done streaming, and that'll go to my Patreon backers there. And the $10 club, I constantly am putting up polls for people to vote in. Not everyone does. So if you joined at $10 a month, suddenly your voice will be very much heard. Because I'll tell you this, I put up the poll yesterday to either do a Lego kit or the God Gundam today. I am the only person that voted. I voted for the God Gundam. We're building the God Gundam right now instead of a Lego kit because I voted for it. So the $10 club has a lot of power because there's only a few people in it. Um, that's it. That's the Patreon. That's one way to do it. The other big way, the other huge way you could support this stream is you could buy something on my Amazon wish list. Uh, Almost everything I put up there is on Amazon Prime. I'm constantly updating it, constantly putting out new cool things, and those jump the line. So if somebody buys me something on there, it jumps ahead of the other things that I'm building, and I'll just build that. I'm constantly trying to add cool things that I think would be fun for the stream. Like I said, there's some stuff on there that's not just Star Wars Lego sets. There's all kinds of different Gundam sets. There's the Dragon Ball characters that I think are fun to do and pretty easy. And yeah, if anybody purchases anything off that, you can be anonymous. You can have your name, and I'll say your name and thank you on the stream and on a video that I make just about to say thank you. I do mailbag videos pretty consistently. That's another way to support the stream. Because I am doing 4 hours of streaming a week. 2 on Thursday, 2 on Saturday. That is from now on. We've bumped up. I added another hour total between 2 days of streaming, which means I go through more kits now. So I got to buy more kits. So if that's something you'd like to do, feel free. You can also tip me once, twice, whenever, never. But I've got a coffee page for that. That's one way to do it. That's just like a one-time deal. The money I get from Twitch, the money I get from that goes into buying kits. I've now spent all of that. I'm waiting for more to come in because I do need to buy some kits just to have some kits. I bought one kit that's coming, should be here tomorrow, so I have that ready for next week in case I need it. Because my backlog has been decreased. June, by doing 2 hours a week instead of, or 2 hours of stream instead of an hour and a half, adding the extra hour in a week, I went through my backlog pretty quickly. So that's all that is. And then here's my Discord. Feel free to join my Discord. It is very cool. I would love to have you in there. People post, people who are not y'all. Some of you do as well. Post things they're working on. I post all the photos I take that I put on my Twitter. Promote all the stuff that I'm working on. And yeah, it's an easy way to kind of keep track. If you're not like a Twitter person, get on the Discord. You just check it once in a while, see what's up, set your notifications. I don't know. They're also like trying to make the front end more like Steam with your library. I don't know if that's good. I haven't really looked at it. But yeah, that's all that is. Those are all my links to things. On Monday, I'm going to put out my calendar for the month, which will include that on July 27th, I should say, sorry. July 27th, which is a Friday, will be my bonus game stream. It'll be the normal time here, 9 p.m. to 11. So that week I'll do a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday, but the Friday will just be games. And I'll play some Jackbox games with y'all. And I'm going to play something that's kind of like building. It's a sort of building game. And I'll play that as well and hang out with chat and talk to people, and it'll be fun and cool. So that's coming up. When I am in San Diego, I will not do a normal stream that Thursday or Saturday as of right now. I am trying to do a mobile stream when I'm out there. At the very least, I'll do a hangout stream. I'll do a on my phone, talking directly to y'all. What's up? Hey, this is like I'm on, LG or LTE, so I should say. What's going on with y'all? Check in. At the very least, I'm going to do that. I'm trying to nail down a location that has good internet and stream from my laptop like we did in the old days, like a year ago in July. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That's going to be, that's the goal right now, is to figure out how to do that so that I can do a regular stream when I'm out there. I have some kits that are easy to travel with. I'm hoping that the person that I've been talking to will want to do it with me, that is supplying me the space. I am right now trying to make that work. But yeah, we will see if that happens. I'm trying to make her, because I'm staying in a hotel when I'm in San Diego, but I also am gonna have free time. Like, I don't know, like I'm gonna have a lot of free time when I'm out there, and so I don't want to just be sitting in my hotel room watching things. So the hope is that I can get out to this location and do some streaming from there, so that y'all get some stream. Okay, back to building. We're basically going to build. We're going to do exactly what we did before. We're going to do the arm in the same way. I got my screws out while I was talking. So the same screws, same build, same everything. Making sure that we're doing this right. Just lock everything in place, get everything the way we need it, and then screw it in. But yeah, let me know if there's anything you want to chat about tonight. If there's anything on your mind, anything you're watching. Um, if there are new as always, if there are new series you're watching that you're like, oh Pat, this is the new hotness. You gotta check this shit out. Um, the only show I know that's out that I don't have any interest in watching in is the psychological one with the Angel of Death, I think, Angel of Darkness. I don't know. It's a young girl, and people are trying to kill her, and maybe she's a killer, and I don't know. And I was like, no thanks. That seems not cool to me. I just, yeah, did not appeal to me. So I did not watch that. But yeah, if there's anything else going on with y'all, let me know. Um, I watched just kind of like random clips on, like YouTube. I follow a lot of links of things of like, hey, check this out. That's how I found that I watched a little bit of that and was like, oh, I want to check this show out. Um, but I was just watching random Hellsing clips, just the OVA, um, because there's just something at this time right now that feels very patriotic about watching the most evil vampire in the world kill a bunch of Nazi vampires. It just feels pretty great. Just something feels very, very on it. I have not finished the new season of Glow. I've watched a lot of it. Loving it. I think the stunts are like. I hope they got pay for their training because the wrestling has greatly improved. Which makes sense for the characters. The characters should be getting better at wrestling theoretically. Um, since the first season was about getting it started and the second season is about them doing their thing. But yeah, I haven't finished all of Glow. I've been kind of savoring it. But it's just a damn good program. I like very good people in it. Um, really dig it. I know a few of the people, involved here and there, so Rebecca and the fighting biddies, the grandma characters or the women pretending to be grandmas. Um, I know Rebecca particularly very well over the years. She and her husband were UCB folks that before my time, and so I knew them through that. Uh, and it's very fun to watch her uh, just be an awesome wrestler. It's very, very cool. In the universe season, oh, it's just legit really good. Yes, the in-universe season finale is just really legit good wrestling show. Yeah, yeah. They're in some ways they are a better wrestling show than the original Glow, which you kind of have to do for TV. You kind of have to make it more entertaining, more shocking, more suspenseful. Um, which is also why they cheated a bit because in that show they are getting the Netflix series. The women in the Netflix series are getting more training than the real women did. A few of them would go on to be properly trained in the business, but almost none of them had any athletic ability outside of it. And then, for the show, for the Netflix one, Awesome Kong, or Karma, is a legit wrestler with lots of training and lots of work, and she's the only one. Everyone else is just an actress, or some people had dance or kickboxing background, but they all got trained on the show, which is pretty cool. And I love that Chavo Guerrero is their trainer, which is awesome because one of his uncles briefly worked with Glow, with the Glow ladies, the original Glow. So it's a continuing the Guerrero legacy of being involved in weird stuff and making it better by being there. So I really think it's cool. All right, those screws went in pretty good. The chest, I remember the chest screw is one of the more annoying pieces. So hopefully that won't give us any trouble. But I mean, just think about this kit. This is 2001. Look at how few rubber pieces like are this kind of plastic you're seeing in it. Most sheets are huge. Uh, I think the screws take the place of a lot of like interconnected pieces. It's pretty weird. Um, huh. I don't know. Twitch has been weird lately. It's giving me notifications uh, about my path to affiliate being completed. I've gotten like six because they have like an achievement system basically like for streamers. They have an in engine like thing of like, hey, here are things you could do to if you want to get to affiliate. Here's the road to affiliate. Obviously, I'm an affiliate. I have been for a while. I was an affiliate before they put these things up, so it is kind of funny because uh, they're like, "Hey, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, I've done all that. I'm already an affiliate." And obviously, like, just doing all that doesn't necessarily mean it. You're gonna do any of the other stuff. Um, should make that clear. Because they say like, "Oh, hey, board, I'm doing well. We finished up the transport pod, working on the God Gundam here from G Gundam, or aka the Burning Gundam. But yeah, I'm doing well." They say like the road to the path to partner is you have to do these certain things, and then that's no guarantee, obviously, that you're going to get partner. They want to make that clear, which is reasonable for them to want to make clear, because some people might be like, "I did everything you told me to do. How come I'm not partner?" Um, and I've been looking at it, obviously, as somebody that wants to move up here and do more. I'm a ways away from partner. Obviously, the biggest one is um, like there's like have 100 people in your chat. Nope. Have like I think I almost most months now that I'm going to be doing about 4 hours a week. Now that I'll be doing 4 hours a week, I'm gonna get very close. Maybe in August when I'm not traveling, I'm only I won't miss any streams. When you add in the bonus stream, there's a good chance I might hit the F1. I might hit that one of like a certain number of hours a month you should do. I might actually hit that in 30 days or whatever. But the funny one is just like, yeah, I've never had more than 28, maybe 30 viewers at once. Like y'all are great, and I'm so thankful that my chat is so relaxed and nice, and y'all are so cool. I'm like so blessed and so lucky, and I genuinely do mean that. That I'm so thrilled about how my chat has ended up, and the viewers are very cool, and how many of you watch week to week, and most streamers like yeah, right now I'm at 9 viewers, which is lower than I would like, and there are plenty of people that would be super bummed about that. Um, but like that's a pretty good percentage of people that are subscribers who are viewers. Like that's a good percentage of my subscribers. Also, like just want to support my streams and hang out. Um, in that respect, I'm doing very good numbers, more so than some people. But theoretically, I should have a ton of people watching who aren't subscribing, who are just watching, and I don't have those people to get to if I want to get to partner. Which isn't necessarily like the end goal. It's like continue to stream is the end goal, but continue to do this, do it more, earn more money doing it. Partner, I would earn more money then I would work less of my other job and do this more. That would be pretty cool. Stream more, you know. Rework my Patreon so I can stream 3 times a week anyway. It doesn't matter if I don't hit that goal in the Patreon, that kind of thing. That those are things that would be cool, but I'm not like freaked out that I haven't hit that yet. You know what I mean? That's the honest thing. A lot of Twitch viewers bounce around on streams, even with Kate and Will. They have big swings of viewers during stream. Yeah, and then also like I know that I am attempting to be appointment streaming, whereas people that stream for 6 hours, 7 hours, 9 hours a day, you can just pop in and pop out. Now, Kate obviously has times where she wants people to. Oh yeah, I have to build that thing again, huh? Kate has time where she's like, I'm playing with games with the chat, so come here now because we're playing games. But for the most part, Kate Stark, who's a wonderful streamer, is just streaming, and you can go hang out with her, and she's going to play a bunch of games, and you can check in on when she's playing. Whereas I'm doing, obviously, 2 hours. I would love it if people watch the full 2 hours. Sometimes folks only watch the last hour, and that's fine. That's like totally fine, and I get that. Yeah, like I said, I would like it if more people watched my streams for longer, but I'm understanding of the fact that some of them can't do that, and then hopefully they tell a friend, and those friends can kind of check that out. Like that's the thing I'm kind of trying to do with my streaming schedule, is be available for people to watch the whole time, which is not necessarily what other people do with it, right? Believe me, if I had the funds to just have an unending supply of model kit parts or kits, just boxes and boxes of kits, and I could do 3 hours, 4 hours a night of building, I would do that. The other problem we run into is after a while, I get a little loopy, and I'm not a great streamer or not a great builder. I could probably game that way without a problem, but I wouldn't be great at the streaming part of it if I was not taking breaks and relaxing. I mean, when I did that 4-hour stream on my birthday, that build stream went all right. I was pleasantly surprised. I did not think that I would do as well during that stream. I was certainly surprised it worked out as well as it did, because I was very tired after gaming for 2 hours with y'all and then doing 2-hour builds. That was a lot. All right, so that's right. Okay, so that goes in like that, and then we're gonna do B11, A27. We got to get a claw out here. But yeah, I mean, there are plenty of Twitch streamers that just stream for hours and hours and hours, and they're doing fine with it. By being more selective about how long I stream, hopefully I'll have more conversation and be able to pay attention more to chat and all that. Mainly, I just want to keep doing it. That's the real goal right now, is that I want to keep having kits ready for me to build, especially with the closing of all the Toys R Us. It means I got to go way out of my way to buy stuff. I think I'm due for a trip. I think the next time that I get a Twitch payment, I'm going to go to a store that here in New York that sells a lot of model kits. And I'm going to look for stuff that you don't see on Amazon, that isn't on my Amazon wish list. I'm going to try to find something that would appeal to people that is a little off the beaten path, because I think that would be cool to buy something that we haven't seen, we haven't thought about building. So that's kind of my goal, is when I have some of that cash to go do that. Whoops, oh no. Piece came out here, fell on the floor. There's no backup of this piece, so I'm looking for it right now, folks. We're going to find it. And if not, we will integrate it back into the piece. We'll integrate it back in later. I could not tell if it bounced off of my body or landed on my body. A tiny little piece here from our claws. We can always connect it and then deal with it later. What we got going on here? Harold is now hosting the stream. Thank you very much, Harold. Appreciate it very much. All right, let me see if I can find our mystery piece that fell. Fell on the floor here. This is our first piece that fell in quite some time. We dropped like a Lego, I believe, 2 kits ago. Anyway, we'll find it. I'll integrate it back into the arm another time, but let's just keep going. It's not super important. Shouldn't be super important. Anyway. Might make the arm look a little weird when we connect all the pieces, but we'll get to it. Harold, thank you very much for hosting, and thank you for being here. Appreciate it very much. Oh, did I find that piece? I might have just found it. Nope, did not find it. Thought I touched it with my toe. Not that piece. All right, well, we'll move on, and maybe I'll find it and just do it off stream. Integrate it off stream. But yeah, we're putting together, we're working on our God Gundam. We're going to power through here. There are 40 minutes to stream it. We're going to do the full 2 hours. Once again, I apologize for drop frames and all that. I'm going to see about seeing if it's my connection to Steam, or not Steam, to Twitch. If I can pick a different one, and that might make things better for future streams. We'll see if that's the cause. Could be. Could be that. It could just be Virginia or wherever I send the upstream to is flaking out on me, and I got to pick another one. Could be something simple like that. Wouldn't surprise me if that's what it was. That's F19. Okay. And then I need G7. Here. G7. Down here. So yeah, I'm gonna test and try to make things better for that. Obviously, folks that are watching on YouTube after the fact are just getting my local version, so they're not dealing with any hiccups along the way, because I do save locally a version that I upload almost immediately to YouTube. It just takes a while, unfortunately, because of course it does. All right, so put this there. This goes here. Okay. Got this before. And then this locks up here. Just trying to make sure I do this right so that I don't have to do it multiple times. Oops. Just trying to get our arm in place here. Sure I'm doing this all right. What's going on in chat? Yeah, if there's anything you want to chat about here, anything tonight, anything going on with y'all, let me know. Talked about the anime stuff that I'm watching. I talked about, oops, that. Oh, we got here. Paradolus 2, version 2, Paradolus V2, just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for that. Par, I'm going to say Pard. I'm going to say Pard. Thank you, Pard. I appreciate it very much using your Twitch Prime. Take advantage of that Twitch Prime. Download some of those games for free. Check them out. There's a couple on there that I have not played. I basically added them all to my playlist, and then I'm going to go and look and see if there are any games that I actually want to check out there. Maybe for my Let's Play series that I do called Let Pat Play. There's a new episode coming out on Monday. It'll be the second episode of Syrup, which is originally for a game jam. I got on Itch. It's the same person that did First Kiss in a Spooky Soiree. Very much enjoyed Nom Nom Nami's games. Happy to do it, and I like a visual novel that I can read along to. So that's what I'm doing. I did another episode of that. There'll be an episode of that on Monday on my YouTube, youtube.com/PatBear, of course. Um, but yeah, the game I check out after that will most likely be a game. Well, yeah, one of the games I check out. The next game I check in after that will most likely be something from Twitch, because free games are free. Uh, Wait, originally for GameCube. Uh, no. Nom Nom Nami I think is a reference to a GameCube game, but Nom Nom Nami is a designer who I don't know for certain their gender, um, but they make games for game jams, and I played a game of theirs called Syrup and the Candy Girl, which I'm currently playing right now, and I also played First Kiss at a Spooky Soiree. But Nom Nom Nami is the name of the person who makes these games, who I am a big fan of. These two games in particular. They are visual novel style games that I've been checking out. But yeah, if you have Twitch Prime and you haven't checked it out, there's a bunch of games for you that you can just get on your computer. You should check it out. Okay, so yeah, so the piece that fell off is the other piece on this here, which would keep this in place. So right now, this does not want to be in place, which is fine, except it's not fine. So we'll put that aside, and then hopefully we'll be able to find that piece. And then yeah, we're using these arms because they look cooler. All right, we're moving on now to. We did most of the arm unit here. I don't know what these pieces are for. Oh, these are legs. We're starting to get into some leg stuff. Pretty cool. Oh, I didn't show all this off. Also, there is a figure of Domon, the main character of the show, which, enterprising people would paint, but that ain't me. But yeah, here's Domon, which is pretty cool. Comes with that. Comes with some stickers and some line stickers and stuff like that for the shoulder pieces. I'm not doing any of that, as you know. That's not my jam. That's not my thing. That's not my style. But if that's your style, more power to you. Game on. Enjoy yourself. I'm just going to kind of hide that that's broken right now. All right, so we're going to work on some stuff here for our legs. We're moving on to our leg pieces. We'll get going in there. Okay. Lots of screws coming in here, which is annoying. Those will be coming in. Gotta build those pieces now. Oof, lots of pieces here. Okay, so we need screws there, G30, the pieces, that piece. Yeah, lots of stuff here for our legs that we're gonna need to work on. So we can get going on that. Basically, right now, I'm games-wise, I'm in holding pattern for Yakuza 0 because I purchased that on PC, pre-ordered it. I am in a holding pattern until that comes out because I cannot wait to play that. That is going to be very fun for me to play. My hope is that there'll be some mods out there. Maybe some people will do that, or maybe we'll do some cheat engine stuff, because I think that would be a fun way to play. Mods will be a very fun game. It would be a very fun game for mods, but I think even like that might be a game that I just kind of have my mic on and play with cheat engine running and just really goof it up. I think that could be very cool and might be fun for people to watch. So that's probably going to be a game that I do for Let Pat Play. Not saying for sure that's going to happen, but I did want to talk about we kind of chatted earlier about how some people might be watching wrestling instead of watching this tonight. That might be where some of our friends are at, um, which would make sense. That it's a big wrestle night, so some of the wrestle boys and wrestle girls and wrestle nonconformists are just watching wrestling. Um, One of the things that happened to this, what culture wrestling? They are a British outfit. Sometimes they are aggressive, and I don't always agree with them on a lot of things. But I don't know, if they make daily content about wrestling on YouTube. I check them out now and again. They had a video countdown thing, and in the middle of it, they just like one guy wished his friend and coworker a happy birthday, and there was a little bit of business and them hugging, and just like I don't know, I got a little teary eyed yesterday watching it because they were like, I don't know, it was just very cute and very nice to see. Like, I don't know, there is something, especially in the world, and especially in the world of professional wrestling, the most aggro of aggro, tough guy BS. To have like a thing where it was just like a nice little moment of like, oh, there's a moment where he goes, I got you this Lego set. It's boat themed because I couldn't get a pirate one. And it was just like this the cutest little like, I wanted to get you a pirate themed thing because I know you like pirates and I couldn't, but it's boat themed. Is that okay? I'm sorry if it's not. And he had like a cake, and it was just the whole thing. It was just a really cute, fun little moment of like seeing friendship, and it really, really hit me. Really got me good. Um, I don't know. I just really liked it. What culture wrestling is I would describe it as fine. They're fine boys. They are harsh on a couple wrestlers that I think are fine to good. So I'm always like, y'all didn't need to be a dick about this person. Um, but it happens. For the most part, I agree with a lot of what they talk about. Um, so yeah, not an endorsement necessarily of their channel, but I've been watching a lot of videos about water cooling lately. I'm never gonna water cool anything. That's probably my Pat Bear guarantee. I don't know for sure if I should make it a guarantee, but like looking at that stuff, I was just like I like knowing more about it, in the same way I like knowing more about everything. Like I love knowing things about things. That is a Pat Bear staple. People going, "What's about this thing?" and I can tell them what I know about it. Like that's good time for Pat Bear. Uh, but yeah, there was something. It's like I'm glad I'm learning more about what water cooling is. But like, fuck if I ever want to do anything with water cooling. Like, no thanks. Uh, I just doesn't hold any appeal to me at all. Uh, oh, I just realized I didn't throw some Bear Cave emotes there in the chat for when Pard became a subscriber. I'm sorry about that. Pard now can use the Bear Cave emote. I can use the Lego emote. Hey, if you're watching here, folks, in the chat, throw up the Bear Cave emote in there. Let Pard know that to welcome them to the stream properly. Mostly, I don't think there's a major bonus for water cooling. Yeah, Mr. Bob, I mean, that's mainly for what I'm doing here. Like, there's no real reason for it. I'm not doing high performance gaming or anything. I'm mostly just hanging out. Uh, I should adjust my fans, maybe. I always keep an eye on, like, when my CPU starts going pretty hard on when I'm doing work, I always keep an eye on my fans and if they're getting too hot. Alright, so let's see. We used 2 of these so far. And so I think it was this one. Yes. 2 times 5. Yeah, it's this one. Great. Thanks, Lastbrook, for throwing up that Bear Cave emote. Letting people know what's up. We are now back to having just one person in my $10 a month club, which is totally fine. Totally understand. $10 subscriber uh, who gets to use the Bear Cave emote, the Lego emote, which is also my icon on Twitter. Someday I will have a third emote. I might switch out the second one with another one, the Lego one, keep the Lego one, and build another one. Uh, I think you could maybe guess it would be a Gundam head. It would be like the main Gundam style head, but it'd be me. Haha. That's probably what the third emote's going to be. Not saying for sure, but probably. Uh, and then older CPUs benefit, but I have no idea why anyone would be doing overclocking these days. Yes, overclocking is certainly like something to look into. Trying to get you the most out of your system, trying to keep some things going. But yeah, I'm not. I'm not in the business here. Obviously, this computer, it's, as many of you know, was built recently due to lovely donations by folks. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't need to water cool this. This is the most taxing thing I do on this computer, honestly. I'm in some of the games, but the fact that I'm streaming and recording at the same time is probably the most work of a workout that my computer goes through here. And I'm using 10% of the CPU for that. That feels pretty good. And there's some optimization stuff I could be doing. I could be looking at making sure the fans are all connected and right. And, I'm doing my monthly cleaning, but I can make sure that I'm really cleaning all the fans and all that. I could probably also upgrade to better fans than the ones I have, but I did get from very good fans, so I'm not worried too much about that. And then we need C4. Alright. But yeah, water cooling the same way. Well, I put water cooling in the same camp that I would put so because I didn't ask for it, it just comes with it. My graphics card has uh lighting in it, and you can see it coming out of the back of the kit when it's on. Did not ask for that stuff. You could get that. I could get that on my hard drive. I could get that on my what else does it come on? It comes on I could get that on the hard drive. I could get that on uh, um, all kinds of stuff. My RAM, if I wanted, could have RGB. All my fans could have RGB lighting on it. All that stuff. And it's just like, I don't know why I would want any of that. But I definitely don't. Okay, so that goes in there. And this will go into here. And then this will go. This. These pieces are always annoying. These little pieces that as you bend them, they move around to kind of signifying there's a lot going on. I think they're a cool addition to the kits, but they're always a little annoying when it's time to line things up right and make sure that everything is where they should be. Especially since I'm now dealing with screws having to go into kits and such. Speaking of which, yeah, this didn't pop in right, so use my sponger. Sometimes you just gotta build a PC for your 14-year-old. Yeah, I mean, also, if I was building a gaming PC for that was on camera all the time, yeah, I would fucking make that thing look rad. I would have everything would have RGB on it, and I would have the controller kit going and making everything look rad and cool. And I would buy parts not just for what they did, but also because they fit the theme. Not just the best parts for the job. I would go all out and buy cool component parts and really make it a thing if part of my job was to have it. But for home use, even for this use, you don't see my computer. My laptop looks cool because I wanted, because it's an Alienware, because I wanted native HDMI out via cable, not via adapter. That's the only reason why it looks cool, quote unquote. It's because I needed it to look pretty cool. Because that's what high-end laptops are going to look like if you want a high-end laptop, which I did at the time. Like the fact that I can have my power button be different colors and my backlit keys change colors depending on if it's plugged in or not. Like there's a bunch of other nonsense stuff that uh, my thing does that like my laptop does that I have like no interest in. But it's fine. I get it. In some instances, I love it. Oops. All right, so I got to remember to really, really shove this screw in here and really tighten it up and really make it click in there. So hopefully they won't pop out. But you can see there's a little you can see that here. There's a little piece that slides out, and there's another piece over here that slides out. And those, when the knees are bent, will like move around with the knees when I choose to bend them. Wait, did I do that right? No. Oh, I guess I did it right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I think that's right. Yeah, longer in the back. Okay. That is right. Okay. For a second there, I thought I might have done the knee wrong, but it just doesn't really bend as much as you think it would. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's good. Move on to the next step. You put some armor on it. Gonna put armor on it. Okay. Just making sure I did all this right. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so I'm not looking to overclock my computer or do anything nonsense with it right now. Make it shine or anything. It's mostly just run for a very long time. Let me stream for a very long time. Let me record video of me playing games. Let me not have stuttering with some, some modern titles. Obviously, I do have some. Uh, I could buy a faster SSD if I wanted to. That would probably help things along. But the SSD I have, I like, and it was a good price, so I'm not worried about that. There are little things I could do here and there that would make this PC my experience better. I mean, eventually I'll get a better graphics card than I have. My 970 was free for me, so it's incredible. But someday I will get a better graphics card. I'll get a 10 something or other. But right now, I don't need that. I'm perfectly happy with what I have right now. So I'm going to stick with it. Okay, so that goes in there. That goes in there. Let's go the other one, which is C9. But yeah, I don't need all that stuff. It's kind of cool to see it, but it's not stuff I need. I put on my Amazon wish list because I had bought the lights out of money I've gotten through Twitch, which was the last other than this chair, it's a wonderful chair. I haven't had really a lot of stuff in the bottom of my list, which is AKA where I put things that would be cool to have to help the streams, but aren't model kits. I put a few things in there, here and there. I always put a few things in. of just like this would be cool. I added like a wireless keyboard and mouse because what I end up having to do is I do my all my building next to my computer desk, so I just take my two monitors off, turn it, plug in all the things, but then I have to take my keyboard and mouse off my computer desk and then rerun them, and then at the end of the stream have to unplug those and plug them back in. And it's silly that I would want wireless stuff just for that, but it would also be nice to have that on the road for when I'm setting up places. So I added a kit that's a wireless keyboard and mouse. I just put it on my Amazon wish list. It's at the bottom. That might be something that somebody thinks they'll buy because it's not just a kit. It's something I'll use constantly. So maybe that'll appeal to someone. But I don't know. It's another one of those I don't need it, but it would be, nice to have. And it's always also nice to have a backup keyboard. Like I don't have a backup keyboard or a backup. I have a backup mouse because I accidentally bought, like, while very tired, bought a new mouse when my last mouse died, and then I realized I bought a travel mouse. So it, like, my hand covers it. You can't see my hand on it. So that's my travel mouse. So like I do have a backup mouse in case this one goes weird, but I don't have a backup keyboard in case the keyboard I have right now goes belly up. And I've had it for a while. It's a nice little Amazon Basics keyboard. I don't know if I can pull it. It's dirty, but this is a nice little keyboard. I love this little keyboard. It does everything I need to do. It's Amazon Basics. That's a good line. But like, it'd be nice to have a backup, you know? And having something wireless would be helpful because then I can just put it wherever and I don't have to worry about it. Like I said, not a necessity, just a thing that'd be nice to have. All right, then we're going to put G29 there. G29. There it is. Ugh. Getting a little tired. Apologize for that. Um, yeah, getting a little sleepy here. Um, but yeah, I was happy to do this stream today. Oh, as always, it is a pleasure to work with y'all. We'll keep working on this leg, but yeah. Um, this kit is straightforward. Other than the hardest part of this kit is the screws, right? Um, it's mostly just a cool kit, and it was priced. It was a good price when I got it. It doesn't have, it's not a lot to it. Other than, like I said, the hardest part, the most annoying part, is all of the screws. And making sure you're doing everything right, because you don't want to fuck it up. All right. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. All right. More feet stuff here. Oops. Or just not go. Oh, okay. Easy enough. 37. All right. Um, 34. So yeah, so next week I'll be again streaming on Thursday and Saturday. Next week, no delays in that. Nothing changed. The week after is a big question mark. Um, as I said, I'm going to San Diego for San Diego Comic-Con. I'm definitely going to do a on my phone hangout because I'll have plenty of data at that point. So I have no problem using up a lot of my data just to talk to all of you. So at the very least, I will, like, on the hotel, bad internet, like, set my camera up like in a corner or something and just like chat to you on my phone, or my phone up in a corner and chat to you on there, um, so we can hang out that way. Yeah, but at the very least, I'll do that just to, like as a like, hey, what's going on? Here's me doing my thing. Check in, and then the hope is that one day that week I'll be able to actually do a proper stream. Stream times might be different, but I will, do everything I can to inform people when those are going to go, when that's going to happen, because I want people to be able to watch if they can. Um, I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know when that's going to be. I'm going to do my best to figure that out, but it's all up in the air. I remember these leg things being annoying on the other kits because it's like a ball joint here. So I got to put 2 screws in and put them in a way that doesn't fuck up anything. All right, so it's TP2 times 5, which is 2 of these. Okay, 2 of those. Look at this. There are 4 different screws, and they're in 2 different bags. And 2 of them are labeled almost identical, but they're different screws. And it's just annoying. It helps that one of them, I know I have 1 extra, so I know that one of these screws in here, the screw with the nut there, I'm done with. So I know it's not that screw, which is helpful. But yeah, I just have to get these on here kind of reasonably. Sorry, I'm just looking up one thing real quick. So I'm gonna get these screws on, and then we'll probably call it a show, because we're almost at 11 p.m. Eastern time, so we're almost done. So yeah, so let me get these screws on, and then we'll probably call it. We'll finish the leg up on Thursday, and we'll do the other leg, and we'll start working on the body. I don't know if we'll get it done on Thursday, but at the very least we'll be ready to finish it up next Saturday. I don't expect this to take much more than that, because we did most of today. So yeah, we'll keep going on it, obviously. And I'll do a poll for what I do next for my $10 Patreon supporters about what I do after this. And if anything shows up on Amazon, I should always say that. I'm thrilled when people purchase something off my Amazon wish list. It's incredible. They're so generous and awesome for doing it. But yeah, always leave a note. Let me know who it is. Sometimes people don't, and then it's just anonymous because they don't include the purchaser's address. And then I'm like, who bought this? Someone bought something and just left it as HH, and I don't know who that is. I don't know who HH is. And they bought me a little Pokemon. It's like a little emergency. Oh God, I have no kits left. I'm saving it for emergency because it's a some dragon Pokemon that I can make, but that'll take like no time to do. So I'm saving it for an emergency, basically. So if that was you, thanks. Let me know. All right. That's it. We're going to wrap up. We did some arms. We did a leg. We got a lot of work done today. We finished a whole other kit. Very excited about it. So thank you so much for joining me today at the Build-A-Bear Workshop. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time doing it. Talked about some anime. Talked about what's going on. I will be back on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully my internet will be solid. I will most likely do a test of some sort. I got to remember to tape this up. Mental note. I will do a test of some sort next week before Thursday just to see what's going on. Try to get this knocked out right so y'all can enjoy. But thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Saturday night, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. I'm going to say goodbye here on chat. Bye. And then I'm going to stop recording.